I love doing these, as many of you know, and we have actually a huge announcement to start the show with. If you are an Andrew Lessman fan, if you're a proud user of his amazing supplements, we tonight are asking for your calls. If you have a question for Andrew, you can absolutely call in on 1-866-376-8255. This is a pretty big deal. And Andrew, just before we get started, how are you, sir, by the way?
I forgot to put my microphone on. So a minute ago, I'm sprinting out of here to go.
I filmed for you, though. Nobody noticed. Look, 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 how far we've come. That was a year ago. I think we're wearing virtually the same outfit.
Pretty close. No, different tie, different shirt.
And this is a different grey jacket, I have to tell you. It's been a wonderful year, though. I enjoy doing these, and tonight's a big event. Your 21st anniversary.
For us, it's always a great way to, because I notice after we do these shows, after we do a weekend of shows, there's so many questions that we receive at my company. There's so many questions that crop up. So it's just a perfect opportunity for us to start answering those questions. And as you said a moment ago, we'll actually take some calls. We haven't done that for 15 years. And the only reason I don't take calls is because with testimonials, we were getting calls about curing diseases and things like that. And of course, supplements aren't for that reason. And rather than risk, as wonderful those calls might be, rather than risk misleading someone with those kinds of calls, we stopped, for legal reasons, stopped taking calls. But for purposes of taking questions, and of course, don't make any medical claims, please. I'm happy. I love taking calls. It's my favorite thing.
Well, folks, it's open to you. Our phone lines are open, 1-866-376-8255. Shall we head over to the first one?
Sure, sure. I'm going to take my tea with me.
Tea, we have a microphone with us.
I'm all ready to go. I've only been doing this for almost 30 years. You'd figure I'd remember to put a microphone on.
Well, it's the end of a very big weekend and a big month for Andrew's 21st anniversary.
Well, I like calling it my 21st birthday.
Yes! It's forever young.
I haven't said that for a long time, so I figure I'll take advantage of it.
Well, you're going to take full advantage of some amazing specials, of course, because they are all on special. But tonight is not really about price. It's more about you. And that's what we enjoy to do. And
especially, what my goal really, and there's a list of questions that we have here.
Yes.
I'm just going to start answering questions. The first two products we'll talk about, we have the Calcium Magnesium Intensive Care. And then in a moment, we'll talk about the Vitamin K2 MK7. Whether you take calcium or not, Vitamin K2 MK7, because we get calcium in our diet, must be taken. To me, it's one of the most important things we could contemplate taking. Vitamin K2 isn't like vitamin K1, which is about clotting, so it's very, very important. Our calcium magnesium intensive care, most important thing to know is the typical unpleasantness of a calcium or a calcium magnesium supplement that makes it difficult on your stomach, hard to digest. Many cause constipation, things like that. Mine does not. It's easy to swallow, easy to digest, it's instantly soluble, so it makes all those bad issues go away. And I was just going to look, there is some...
It's a long list,
long list of questions. Oh, wow. All sorts of fun questions here.
And obviously, incidentally, when you're emailing, you can always email, you can always read Andrew's blog, wordsonwellness.com. Again, if you are just joining us, they're telling me that a lot of you are now starting to call in to speak to Andrew, 1-866-376-8255.
Yeah, there's a question here I just noticed, talking about glutamate, and it's kind of strange, talking about glutamate and cancer. If our products contain glutamate causing cancer, that's kind of a funny question. Glutamate is, well, glutamic acid is the most common amino acid present in protein. So glutamate isn't going to cause cancer. Something like monosodium glutamate, that's that artificial MSG. Flavor enhancer, MSG, that's different because glutamic acid, amino acids, most of them except for glycine, are chiral. They're stereoisomers that they have, as I've talked about molecules, in nature, molecules can be left or right-handed. So you can't put your glove from your left hand on your right hand. The hands are mirror images of one another, but they're not identical. The same with molecules in their three-dimensional structure, like our hands are three-dimensional. So that question I just noticed about glutamate, obviously that's not an issue with any of my products. My products have no ingredients in it that are going there. We have no additives. They're 100% pure. So you don't have to worry about glutamate or anything like that at all. And glutamate can't be the cause of cancer because in most protein sources, it's the most common amino acid, glutamic acid. So that couldn't be the case. And there were just a lot of interesting questions about, they said on our fish oil label, and just from scanning this on our fish oil label, they said we get our sources from, and we of course fish the proper time of year. Our fish oils are environmentally certified. And there was a question that because tuna was one of the sources, that obviously our fish oil must be high in mercury because tuna is one of the sources. And the answer is absolutely not. The way we extract our omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil is this very sophisticated distillation process. And that molecular distillation process as it is, the easiest thing to separate out is the heavy metals. So there's no heavy metals at all in our fish oil product. So even though tuna is one of the very, very secondary sources of omega-3s in our fish oil product, again, not an issue at all. And contaminants, purity is the first thing that we do, and we focus on more than any other company because we use no additives at all in all our products. So just so you know that. And of course, calcium, magnesium. These are products that can have oftentimes issues with lead and things like that that you have to pay attention to. Not our calcium and magnesium, again, because we source our raw materials and we independently test our raw materials because we make everything to make sure that it's not an issue.
And the calcium magnesium is one part of our October monthly special. The other part is going to be the vitamin K2. And Andrew, as we've talked about before, they go hand in hand, correct?
Vitamin K2, even if you don't supplement calcium, if you get enough calcium and calcium magnesium from your diet, your body is still managing calcium, and your body wants to keep as much calcium as possible in its bones. That's the primary reservoir. Calcium is found throughout your body, but you don't want calcium going to places like in your walls of your arteries and calcifying the walls of your arteries. The key to making sure that calcium goes where it's supposed to go, stays where it's supposed to stay, and doesn't go where it's not supposed to go is vitamin K2, MK7. It's something I've been talking about probably for 7 or 8 years. It's starting now to get someone other than me talking about it. You're starting to see other companies making this product. This doesn't have a relationship with vitamin K1, which is the coagulation vitamin K. This is a different vitamin K2 that offers benefits that all of us, because we all must have calcium for our bones, and as we get older, that becomes a very important issue both for men and women. So vitamin K2, MK7, small capsule, easy to swallow capsule. None of these will upset your stomach, but this is something I encourage everyone to do more research on. I wouldn't think, now that I know about vitamin K2 and learned about it about a decade ago, I wouldn't dream going a day without taking it. It's just that important.
It is an important one, and it is a monthly special today, so you're able to take advantage of that special pricing. We're going to keep on going, as you know, with our Monday night show specials. We don't spend too long on any one product. We kind of try to do 10 or even 12 different items per show. Again, if you are just joining us, Andrew, for the first time in nearly 15 years, will be taking your questions, your comments live on 1-866-376-8255. It's exciting. People are starting to process these calls. I promise we're going to get to you. Andrew, it is the time of year where a lot of us are very susceptible. We kind of start to feel the winter blues, and a lot of us start to not feel too good. You've got a product called Immune Factors.
Well, this is a product that this is the time of year. We don't spend time talking about this on television often, but it's a product that this time of year takes on sort of a life of its own. Because I think we go online, we start looking for supplements that support immune health, because this is the time of year the weather starts changing. Right. We start sleeping a little bit less because there's more things going on. The holidays are coming. We might not eat as healthily this time of year as we do the rest of the year. So all the things that we know challenge our immune system kind of take a little bit more of a role in our life than the rest of the year. And this is simply a product that, as long as we know there are things that are adversely affecting our immune system in terms of our lifestyle and our diet, then why not do something that's been shown to support your immune system in the face of those kinds of changes? And this is one of those products that you think would be very critically viewed in terms of reviews. And if you read the reviews, they're very well written, very intelligently written reviews, but it's basically a perfectly reviewed product. There's 430 reviews you can see on the screen there, and just the 5-star, 384. With the 4- and 5-star reviews, you're at 406 reviews. So there are only 24 reviews out of 430 that aren't 4 or 5-star reviews. So
if you're the kind of person where just as certain as the seasons will change, you always get sick every single winter season, definitely try Immune Factors, because a lot of us, we feel very vulnerable, and maybe it's age, maybe it's something that we're just kind of vulnerable to. You have to try this product, because for so many folks, it is a go-to year upon year upon year. One of the things as well that you can feel good about if you are joining us for the first time is the idea that everything in there is proven. I mean, Andrew, the level, the ingredients, the balance, the harmony of everything, you've spent years perfecting this.
And that's exactly what I was going to say, is that this is something, if you look at our original immune support product from 30 plus years ago, it was vitamin C and B12. Then it was vitamin C, B12, and a full B complex. Then we added echinacea. Then we added golden seal. Then we added astragalus. Then we added a special mushroom complex. And then we added better standardizations of all those plant-based ingredients as they became available over the decades. And of course, because so many of these things have become more affordable, this is another example of a product that costs less today than it cost when I introduced it more than 3 decades ago. And of course, it works even better because it's an even more comprehensive and an even more bioavailable product than when I introduced it over 3 decades ago.
So that gives you some idea. And obviously, the quality of what's in there, the purity, additive-free. I know a lot of you ask questions, and you send me these questions as well about, well, what vitamins should I take and when should I take them? I promise we're going to get to all of that. But for the first time in 15 years, we have our first phone caller. Andrew Lessman. It is Debbie in Florida. Debbie, welcome to the Monday Night Show. Debbie, do you have a question for Andrew?
Yes, I do, and I just want you to know I love both of you guys so much.
Oh, thanks, Debbie.
You work well together.
Oh, thank you.
Andrew, I've been taking your supplements for years, and I just ordered yesterday your Woman's Wellness.
Great.
Is that a non-GMO soy?
Absolutely. Like all of my products, when you look at those buzzwords out in the marketplace that you know you want to avoid in terms of food, we do the same things in terms of a supplement. So all my products are gluten-free. All ingredients that the definition of GMO or non-GMO would apply to, absolutely, positively non-GMO. In fact, things at home, we eat things like soybeans and stuff like that, but of course they're organic, they're non-GMO, so yes, that's the only way we could make that product. And it was very difficult when I first introduced that product 20 years ago because there was no non-GMO material available.
That's right.
And we had to wait until we could twist someone's arm to get non-GMO material available to make it, so great question.
Thank you so much. It really eased my mind on that, and I look forward to getting it and trying it.
Great. Well, you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it, Debbie.
Thank you so much, and I love all your products.
All right. Thanks, Debbie.
Thank you,
Take
Debbie.
care. Good night.
You see, it's wonderful, and Andrew and I were talking backstage because I know you feel...
Fun to do this.
It's fun to do this. I know you feel the same way. We listen to Andrew, we enjoy understanding what goes into a product, but there's a wonderful sense of connection doing it.
What I should also say, what Debbie was talking about, women's wellness. Women's wellness, ultimate women's wellness, these are products that were specifically formulated over 20 years ago, back in the day when many women were using synthetic hormones that we now know are not particularly good for us. Bioidenticals, another story that you could work with your doctor on. But these are natural products to help with the very sometimes severe and often debilitating symptoms of perimenopause and menopause, whether it's hot flashes, night sweats, interruptions of sleep, kind of the emotional disturbances, mood disturbances that could come with those hormonal changes. So women's wellness, that's our family of products that help in that area.
If you've got a question, Andrew is here to answer them. 1-866-376-8255. This is going to be a fun night tonight. I think, Andrew, for a lot of us, we want to do the best for our health. We want to make wise choices and investments in ourselves, and sometimes it's hard to know what to choose. With Immune Factors, is there an age limit in terms of how young you can be, how old? Is there anything that we need to know?
No, this is something, a product like this, I typically say that over the age of, say, 12 years old, as long as someone weighs 80, 90, 100 pounds, that's fine. 1 capsule, and because the key ingredients are nutrients and botanicals that have all been proven safe. I don't make medicines or drugs. I don't make products that require a warning or anything like that. I leave that to the pharmaceutical companies. what we do here is try to fill the gaps in terms of our diet, in terms of our lifestyle, that's changed the availability of the things we need to maintain the healthiest life possible.
And on that note, we're going to head over this way. And talking of a healthy lifestyle, glucosamine is one of those where I would certainly love to talk to somebody or for somebody to call in who is a big fan of Andrew's glucosamine, because for a lot of folks, you talk about joints, you talk about living their best life possible. This is a great product to help.
And glucosamine is something that when I started my company back in 1979, glucosamine and chondroitin was one of our very first products. We had a handful of products, and this was one of the first. And back at that time, because really glucosamine and chondroitin has only become interesting to other companies, I'd say in the last 20 years, maybe the last 15 years, glucosamine and chondroitin, to give you a sense of how much I track and follow the research, it's something that that supported our making a formula back in 1979. That's 38 years ago. So, but making a glucosamine chondroitin product is not simple. The most common forms of glucosamine and chondroitin that you would find from raw material suppliers are not the forms recommended by the research. They're less expensive, less bioavailable, not proven to be effective forms. Glucosamine hydrochloride is not the science-based, research-based form for a glucosamine formula. Yet it's the most common form you're going to find in products in a supermarket or a discount store or a retailer. So again, not all glucosamine is created equal. If you want to embrace the science and research in terms of joint health, you need to follow the research, and that research means glucosamine sulfate. That's what we deliver, and we deliver it in a form that's ultra-soluble. It's going to be easy to absorb. It won't upset your stomach. Here, I can just open a capsule here quickly. And when you get those large capsules of glucosamine and chondroitin, they're difficult on your stomach. Right. They irritate the lining of your stomach. All of my products are gentle to even the most sensitive stomachs.
So quick question on the choice here of certain companies who are using these rock-hard blocks, these bricks for tablets. Why would they do that over doing this?
Well, it's much easier for them to make a tablet. And when you make a tablet, what you do is you kind of take over the beneficial ingredient. You put all sorts of additives in there to change its physical characteristics so you could turn it basically into a rock, into this pelletized mass. And then that mass, obviously, it's hard, it's more difficult to swallow. Once it's in your stomach, it's hard and it's a little mass. And unlike a capsule where you saw the ultrafine powder, that capsule dissolves within moments of reaching your stomach, and that ultrafine powder disperses immediately. A rock-hard tablet does not. In fact, many rock-hard tablets, what they have to add is they have to add these ingredients that kind of, not literally cause it to explode, but these ingredients that take on moisture and cause the capsule to, the tablet rather, to expand, so it hopefully breaks up into its constituent parts and granules. And frankly, a tablet, not only is it miserable on your stomach, but it's an obstacle to receiving the benefits of the ingredients you buy. Which it makes no sense at all. The only person that tablet makes sense for is the manufacturer. The only time I could see a tablet making sense, say if it was for a child that couldn't swallow a capsule. And then guess what? It's chewable. And you make sure, if I was going to make a tablet for children, I would make sure it's chewable, but I'd make sure the granules were very fine granules and it didn't have artificial colors and sweeteners and things like all the children's vitamins unfortunately do. One day we don't make tablets. One day we might make a children's tablet like that.
I can only imagine. So, because I think a lot of us who, for our grandchildren, our children, want to give them the best as well. It's just hard to find something that we can feel great about. Andrew, is it just the case of the human condition that as we get older, our joints are simply going to suffer just by wear and tear? Oh,
absolutely. All the systems in our body, as we get older, suffer from their age. That we have a time limit effectively on our time here, and our systems tend to struggle with the passage of time. That's why it's so important for us to take care of ourselves. Our joints do better if we maintain our lives at our ideal weight. Unfortunately, the latest I read, the latest research just said that even though a few years ago they said that Americans, we'd succeeded in getting so overweight and obese that we probably turned the corner. It's only going to get better. Unfortunately, now, and I remember when one state had over 40% of its population obese. Now the U.S. as a whole, adults are 40% obese, which is remarkable, incredible. And children, the change has been even worse. So my point is, when we age overweight and obese, that puts a tremendous additional burden on our joints. I suspect that the wear and tear of overweight and obesity on our joints is likely more than that from people, not likely, it's more than that from people who are healthy, active.
Right.
So one wonderful thing we could do for our joints is just to find a way to get to more toward our ideal weight. Every pound we lose is a dramatic difference in forces that our joints have to endure.
Let's go to the phones. Gail is in Florida, and Gail, you're now on the Monday Night Show. Gail, do you have a question for Andrew?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Andrew, for selling such wonderful products.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks.
One of my questions is, I take your fish oil, I take your cholesterol care, and the Fibromucil, and a few other things. But I wanted to ask you if you will be coming out with, or have out, something that helps to bring down sugar levels, because I'm like 119 when I fasted, and I wanted to take something natural.
Do you know what your A1C is as well? Because that's really important.
They're going to do that test.
Okay, great.
I have not had it done yet.
Okay, A1C is great because our fasting blood sugar, which you were just talking about, that's a snapshot of what your blood sugar is fasting. A1C gives a greater indication of what your blood sugar is over a period of time. As far as supplements to lower, quote, lower blood sugar, that's technically making a medical claim, and there are some companies, there's a question about a product I think called Glucosamine or something like that, which I think they got in a little trouble with the FTC or FDA for making those kinds of claims. But we do make a product now, our cinnamon bark extract, and that's a product that supports healthy blood sugar metabolism, supports healthy insulin metabolism. So to the extent it helps managing those things, it can help in terms of your blood sugar numbers, in terms of your A1C numbers. So that's what I would say. The cinnamon bark extract is a great way. CoQ10 can help a bit. A multivitamin is important because B vitamins and trace minerals like chromium are also involved in blood sugar metabolism. But I would say our cinnamon bark extract product, we could get the number up on the screen there somewhere. That, Gail, that would be a great place to start. And of course, to the extent you could modify your diet, reduce carbohydrate intake or sugar intake, and perhaps be more active and manage body weight, those are the sorts of things that help us manage insulin. Because as we gain weight, our body tends to become less sensitive to the benefits of insulin in storing away our blood sugar. And what happens is our blood sugar levels gradually rise as we become less sensitive to the effects of insulin, the benefits of insulin.
Okay.
So, all right.
Well, then, thank you so much. I will go ahead and try to order the cinnamon bark extract.
Great.
And
I think you'll be pleased.
Thank you very, very much for your answers.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Gail.
Take care, Gail. Bye-bye.
If you'd like to speak to Andrew, 1-866-376-8255. It's a real opportunity, and I think, Andrew, as we've said as we'll walk and talk, we're all in this together. So to have an open discussion, an open forum about health, I think is very valuable.
And what's fun is I think in the future, kind of in the past maybe, it was throwing, as they say, throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Right.
Because the reviews are such great insight into the products that, and for my products, the science speaks for itself. It's not as though we need someone to offer a testimonial to indicate that these products work or are great. You can simply read the reviews. So I think the phone calls will be a great way to actually answer questions, which that's what I always say is it's my favorite thing to do. And even when Muriel and I did a little shopping earlier today, and when we're at a store here,
recognized?
A few people, absolutely, and I love for people to ask questions. That's what I do. That's what I love to do when I'm up here, is provide information. And this is an area where I tend to have lots of answers.
And I will say this because, you know, whether it's Andrew's blog, wordsonwellness.com, whether it's Andrew reaching out as he always does to connect with you, this is important. And the next hour and a half that we have is very valuable. It is the only scheduled show where Andrew will be taking live calls, live questions, live testimonials. So if you have a question, a burning question, call in and ask. 1-866-376-8255. Well, our anniversary pricing, as you know, is available till midnight tonight. We are capping off Andrew's 21 years celebration. And Andrew, I'm not going to fib to you. When I first started with Marine Collagen and I came on and I presented it with you the first time, I didn't get it. Now I have had, whether it's Colleen Lopez, Shannon Smith, every single host goes crazy, crazy, crazy for this. It's like the best beauty secret.
Well, we had always said our healthy hair, skin, and nails product, that's the foundational beauty product.
Right.
What's fascinating about this, Muriel will rave about it in terms of her skin and beauty, as will so many of her friends. I'm the one who raves about it because this summer, I was able to train so hard this summer that I broke my personal bests on some mountains that I run up in Colorado. I like to do crazy things like that I broke on my bike, on foot. I broke a bunch of records. And the key to that, obviously in getting older, but what usually slows you down as you get older, you can't train as hard as you like without getting injured. And I just was able to train very hard this summer and, you know, being intelligent about rest and things like that. And I attribute the marine collagen peptides as having made the difference in terms of my body's ability to maintain its joints adequately, so I could train like someone half my age.
You're
or
like Iron Man, Andrew.
A third my age, yes. Not quite Iron Man, but in my own little world, a Tin Man.
Well, let me tell you, if you want something that's really going to help, this is it. You talk about a beauty secret for smooth, soft skin, for healthy joint tissue. This is something you have to try. There's a lot of buzz about it. That's what I think I'm getting at.
And there's a lot of collagen products here in America. And the collagen here in America, I could buy collagen for 25% of the cost of the special marine collagen that we use here. But it doesn't have the same science. It's going to be bovine collagen. It's going to be derived from cows. And for me, the science on marine collagen, especially the science in terms of skin and wrinkling of skin, the recent studies talking about the wrinkles around the eyes and things like that, that's the research that's most compelling, I think, for most people who try the product, and also the research in terms of healthy joints. So that's why we went to really the purveyor, the maker of the finest marine collagen in the world, to a company in Japan. And we were doing the research on this originally about a decade ago, and we've only had this product, I'd say, for maybe 5 or 6 years. I've been aware of the benefits of collagen for much longer than that, but we're never in a hurry to create a product. So, and that's why our products tend to be so well reviewed. And what's funny about this product, technically it was an amazing product. When I introduced it, it kind of had a fishy taste, and it wasn't very soluble. So if you look at the reviews on this product now, it's 4.1 stars, which is a miracle, because when we introduced it, it was under 3 stars.
Oh, wow.
Mathematically, to get a product to go from like 2.5 stars to 4.1 stars means that those 5-star reviews have been rolling in. So and the only reviews, and I mean, if you just use it and put it in a smoothie or something like that, it has no taste whatsoever. But even what I did here is I just mixed it with water. And on that one, I put a couple of scoops. On this one, just to show you how soluble it is, even though it's a collagen protein, which collagen's not supposed to be soluble, I put 7 scoops in there.
7.
And it just shows you collagen peptides, they shouldn't be soluble. Collagen is like fiber. But these marine collagen peptides are so unique. They have no flavor. They've been demonstrated to not only be bioavailable, but to be bioactive, meaning they've tested and they've shown that the collagen peptides here, when you ingest them, they end up going to the tissues where you want them to go, into the tissues of your skin, your epidermis, into the tissues of your joints. So what they do is they literally radioisotopically label them in research studies, and they look to where they go. And they're able to see those actual collagen peptides. They play a dual role. They play a structural role. They also play a signaling role, which as we get older, even more than the structural role, the signaling role is even more important, kind of signaling to your body, we've got these special raw materials available. You can go do your work now, and you could repair the skin, or you could repair joint tissue. So that signaling role is even more important.
2 quick things, and my mom will kill me if I don't ask you this. My mom wanted me to ask you about cellulite, because she'd heard something about marine collagen and cellulite. Is that true?
It's now.
Because if it is, she'll buy a lifetime supply, Andrew. I'm not going to fib.
I can't talk about this now without talking about cellulite. Yes, there's abundant research. I have it here. I could grab some of the science charts. I'll grab them in a second. But just if you look at what cellulite is, our skin, the surface of our skin, beneath it, we might have body fat. Between that body fat and our skin, we see the skin obviously from the outside world. Between that is a collagen layer. And depending on how well organized that collagen layer is, and collagen is something that's the layers are laid down in a very organized, sort of disciplined fashion by our body. Depending on how well organized that is, it hides the cellulite best. If those collagen layers are disrupted or disorganized, the cellulite will be more visible beneath the skin. So to the extent by adding marine collagen peptides, it has been shown that those collagen layers become better organized, they better hide the cellulite beneath the skin. So yes, and I'll, if you wait a moment, I'll grab some charts here. There's got to be someone here.
And I know we have a caller about Essential One. I promise we're going to get to you momentarily. We have a few moments on turmeric, and then I believe we're heading over to Essential One. Just to see this, because a lot of you are asking about cellulite, just like my mom.
All right, so just quickly, and women or not, men also can experience cellulite. But this is from the Journal of Medicinal Food. The term cellulite is often used to describe a complex architectural disorder of the skin with multifactorial etiologies. Now, that's a really fancy way to say that cellulite is something we observe in the skin that has many causes. Right. In general, the formation of cellulite is a natural process and not a disease. It's not a disease at all, reflected by an incidence of about 85% in adult females. I think it's about 25–30% in men. Cellulite is a complex problem that affects 85% of women over the age of 20. It is noteworthy that the strength and resiliency of skin depend on proper and uniform arrangement of collagen types 1 and 3, as I was talking about before, fibrils and elastin in the dermis, in the skin. It is commonly accepted that dermal and subcutaneous connective tissue, which has been weakened by altered and disordered extracellular matrix, plays a key role in the pathophysiology of cellulite and contributes to the irregular and dimpled appearance of, as I said before. To the extent our skin and the collagen layers beneath it become poorly organized, cellulite becomes more apparent. So consequently, therapies aiming to restore the normal structure of the dermis subcutaneous tissue can be a meaningful approach to improving the cellulite condition. That's what's been observed with the marine collagen peptides. Dietary supplementation with collagen peptides has demonstrated a notably stimulatory effect on dermal cellular metabolism, improving the biosynthesis of extracellular matrix proteins, and consequently, restoring dermal structure. I could go on and read. We have about a dozen charts here that talk about, here we go, ingesting 2.5 grams per day collagen peptides for 8 weeks. 1 scoop is 5 grams, so you get actually double the amount here. In another clinical trial, a significant increase in type 1 collagen and elastin content was observed in the skin of women who consumed the same specific collagen peptides in dosage for 8 weeks. So the answer is yes, and the science is there. And the key with marine collagen peptides, again, we started talking about the fact that we're all aging. The systems in our body, we get away with murder when we're 15, 20, 25 years old in terms of how we eat, what we do, how we live. After the age of 30, we're playing catch up, and every year we lose a step. So when it comes to, and I don't mean that literally, but all the systems in our body, they just don't function as well as they did in the years or the decades that preceded them. The key to, I think, having a quality life throughout our lifetime is paying attention to systems in our body and providing the tools they need to function at their best. It's that simple.
Andrew, we're going to move on to Essential One. Just a few seconds on turmeric, because I see that set up in the same area. Is there a correlation? Andrew's drinking his marine collagen. Hold on a minute.
I forgot to take it this morning.
He just downed it in one.
So,
Iron Man.
And by the way, I drank the one, I didn't mean to, but I drank the one that I put 7 scoops in. So, but it just shows you how soluble it is. There's no residue in the glass or anything. That's just a little, as you can see, there's no residue in the glass, just a little foam.
If you would like to try marine collagen, you can see everybody's excited about. Definitely call. You have our return policy as well. And turmeric.
And turmeric, again, it's another example. When I talked about marine collagen, there are hundreds of sources of collagen around the world. We went to the finest maker of the finest marine collagen in Japan. When it comes to turmeric, it's not sufficient to get the highest standardization of turmeric in the world, which is 95%, because even the best turmeric isn't highly absorbable. That's the nature of turmeric. But when you cook turmeric in a stew, it's highly absorbable. The only bad part about that is turmeric spice is only about 1 to 3% curcuminoids. Our turmeric is 95% curcuminoids. But what we did is we took a page out of the Indian cookbook. We complex it with healthy fats. Phosphatidylcholine, the primary phospholipid in your brain, the primary phospholipid in your liver, two areas that turmeric tends to target. So you get our 95% standardized turmeric, but you get it blended with important phospholipids to make it 25, 30 times more bioavailable and bioactive. So you get, that's why it's so well reviewed, because you're not just consuming turmeric, you're actually getting the benefits of it too.
If you'd like to try it, definitely be our guest with the special pricing that ends this evening. We're going to head this way to Andrew's multivitamin. The one where so many of us, we start here. This is the beginning of our journey. We'll talk about Centrum and One A Day and comparing the two.
It's really important. I'm going to take a moment here now, because one of the most common questions that were asked, and I don't have the whole list of questions with me, is where do you start and where do you go? Is there a risk of overdosing on ingredients? Absolutely not. Unlike most companies, I don't have thousands of products in my product line. I think if you go to all the different products, we barely have 100. I don't even think we have 100. So we don't have that many products. But the key, you just take the ones you need, and they're all designed assuming that you're going to take multiple products. But foundation is essential one. When you move from there, you really get into other ingredients that are essential ingredients. We'll talk about in a moment, like omega-3s. Or CoQ10. We don't get adequate omega-3s from our diet, and we can't make them. We don't get adequate CoQ10 from our diet, and we make very little of it as we get older. So those are like extensions of a multivitamin. Then it's really looking at things in general that are necessary for issues that we might have, whether we want to focus on our eyesight or focus on our joints, or irregularity might be an issue. We want to focus on fiber. So it becomes very simple after you kind of start with Essential 1 and CoQ10 and say omega-3s. If you need extra vitamin D, you could always take separate vitamin D, but it becomes easy to focus on the ingredients that address specific issues you have. And if you follow my today's specials, you get to purchase things much, much less expensively, so you get much more benefit, many more products for the same investment. My goal is to see how much you can get and manage to spend the very least.
Let's go to the phones. Producer Steve, who's on the phone right now? Who is it? Say it again. It's Adam in New York. Adam, welcome to the Monday Night Show. Adam, you are live with Andrew. Do you have a question?
Absolutely. First, I want to start off by thanking Andrew for your dedication and for your hard work for all these years for providing quality products.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
It does really mean a lot to me. I purchased the Elite 100, you know, like, as you just mentioned before, starting with something basic.
Right.
And I, you know, looking through all your other products, I started purchasing the CoQ10, the cinnamon bark, and the cranberry benefits and the omega-3s. Right. So the question is that, is it okay to add those along with the, you know, with the essential vitamins?
Absolutely. And the products I make, we don't tend to make products where there would be, say, a warning that you might be taking too much. There are a lot of different supplement ingredients out there that can have a, you know, sort of that might be a two-edged sword, so to speak, that they might deliver benefits, but they might have issues associated with them. We stay away from them. I always think of that first expression I learned back in school was, you know, first thing, do no harm. So we make products that you're not going to find warnings on the label. If it would necessitate a warning, it's not going to be a product we make. So when you look at the ingredients we offer, as long as you follow the instructions on the product, and even if you don't, as I just consumed a glass with 7 scoops of marine collagen, it's not going to be problematic. If you took a half a dozen capsules of cinnamon, the only thing you'd be wasting is money. You're not going to be harming yourself. Even if you took 7 capsules of omega-3s, you're getting far more than you need, but you're not risking anything. With B vitamins, we formulate using lower levels of B vitamins than ever before because our B vitamins now are so active. But B12 inherently is poorly absorbed. So again, your body tends to dictate that. So there's I'm trying to think off the top of my head if there's a product we make or nutrients we offer that there'd really be a risk of consuming too much. Our Cholestericare, absolutely not. The only thing, again, you waste is your money if you take too much. You take the proper dose, and that's it. With vitamin D, someone would have to be taking 10 or 20,000 IU a day to be taking a risk, but we don't need that much. We just need a 2,000, 4,000 IU daily. So again, risking taking too much, we take that into consideration whenever we make our products. We avoid ingredients that come with any risk at all, and we formulate ensuring that even if you take multiple products, you're not getting too much.
Now, you mentioned before also about the multivitamins, about the products that are out on the market, other products, for children.
Right.
I have a teenager. He just started college, and I have another teenager. What age would you recommend to starting them with the multivitamins?
We'll even say our Essential One, which we have here, which is a really great product, because the hardest thing with teenagers is compliance, is hoping that they'll want to take it every day, because if they don't use it, it won't benefit them. It's a small, easy to swallow capsule. It's just one. So usually you don't want to be too ambitious when you're talking about teenagers or young people, because if you have them taking a half a dozen products, they won't do it. But what's great about our Essential One, it gives them the types of levels of vitamin D and vitamin B12 that would come in a separate product. And for young people, those are two nutrients just the same as for older people that we tend to be deficient and insufficient in, and it makes a big difference in attention span and things like that. Our neurological function is dependent on healthy vitamin D and B12 levels. So Essential One, over the age of 12, what I usually say 100 pounds, 80, 90, 100 pounds, Essential One, that would be a fine age to be starting on that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I just purchased your cookbook as well. I just can't wait to start using that.
Muriel's did an amazing job. You'll love it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, Adam. Thanks for calling. Thanks for the questions. You too.
Thank you, Adam.
He lives not far from where I grew up.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, I grew up in New York. So he's in Little Neck. I grew up out on Long Island in East Meadow.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Well,
Yeah, I was born in Great Neck, actually.
So and then you left there at what age?
After I left there when I left university. And that's when I transferred to, I actually transferred to medical school in University of Hawaii.
In
all
Hawaii?
places. Yeah.
So you were there for how long in Hawaii?
And then a couple of years in Hawaii, and then I moved to California, and I started the company, ProCaps Labs. I started in 1979 in California. So
yeah. What a story.
So 38 years ago.
You've done so much.
Which is amazing for someone who's just celebrating his 21st birthday today.
It's a miracle.
How did I do
go
that?
This way. I keep nearly walking into this heater. I gotta just
Well, we keep the studio cool.
I know, but I'm like you, Andrew. I like it cool. We're the only two here that like a cold studio.
I always think, what is it, David Letterman used to want his studio to be really, really cool. And I think it's good because it's sort of stimulating,
yes.
Which is good.
If it's too warm, you get all drowsy.
Yeah, we'll be dozing off in the chairs over there. Yeah.
It has been known. Folks, we are excited that you're loving this show as much as we are. If you would like to connect with Andrew, please be our guest. It is the first time in 15 years that Andrew is taking live callers. It could be you on 1-866 376-8255. I'll give that number again in a few moments, and we'll put it at the bottom of the screen, 1-866-376-8255. I want to go to a really important product in Andrew's line, omega-3s. So many of us know the benefits, want the benefits, but don't like taking a fish oil product for the obvious reason we don't like the aftertaste.
And both, Adam mentioned this, Gail had mentioned this before, that omega-3s, I think it almost goes without saying with my product that it's not going to be nasty,
right.
And it's just a product that is entirely differently made than any other omega-3 on the product on the market. But that's sort of the basis of why my company exists. I'm someone who, I always try to do things better. In fact, talking about before about this summer, I did my best times in my runs and things like that I just try to improve. So when it came to even vitamins, I was taking vitamins when I was an athlete, when I was young, and I knew these could be made better. I knew that these products contained the wrong chemical forms. I knew that every time I took them, I was battling with getting sick. So if there are those of you out there who struggle taking supplements because they're hard to swallow and upset your stomach, that was me. And I knew I needed these supplements because I wanted to perform my best and recover my best in sports, but I couldn't tolerate them. So eventually I figured out how to use my background to make them. And that's really how things got started, just trying to find a way to make better products. So of course, the only omega-3 I can make is a product that will be smaller capsule, but give more benefit, not upset your stomach, have no fishy aftertaste. I mean, that's the very defining characteristics of why my company exists, why I started the company. I didn't start this as a business. The furthest thing from my mind at that time, the only thing I wanted was vitamins that I could figure out that I could take. And that was the only basis. And once I started making them for me, all of a sudden, other athletes I knew and then professional teams started finding out where I was making my vitamins, and I was making vitamins for other people.
What did your parents say when you told them that you're going into this vitamin thing?
Oh. What did they say? After all of my schooling, and their son was no longer going to be a doctor or a lawyer, and now he was just going to make vitamins? If it was disowned would probably be the right word. So, but now of course, they're thrilled that I did it because it resonates with everything I studied to do. I always wanted to be a teacher. Right. I always wanted to educate people about health and wellness and science and how to go about living a better life. So I'm now using all my education and I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's the combination of everything together.
But I could absolutely positively say, I would say probably the worst arguments I ever had with my parents all were at that time where I was abandoning it all and just deciding that I was going to make vitamins. That was it.
Now, sorry, last question on this.
And they thought they were giving me good advice.
But from the moment when you decided that this was going to be something you did to really creating the business, how long did that take?
Oh gosh, it took more than a decade. Yeah. There's no such thing, you know, maybe in Hollywood or something, maybe not even there, as an overnight success.
Right.
It was just years and years and years of trials and tribulations and kind of living on macaroni and cheese and just not having any budget to do anything. But it was something that I knew I wanted to do, and I figured if you just keep plugging away. My favorite, I had two favorite books as a child: Le Petit Prince, The Little Prince, right. And The Little Engine That Could.
Yes.
So I figured I'm just going to be the little engine that could, and I was the little vitamin company that could, and I kept hanging in there for. Because I wasn't on television originally on QVC until January 1991. So that was 12 years after I started the company, and it was a long, hard road in between then.
Well, I mean, I know many of you can tell, but Andrew never stops that journey, that little engine that could. Andrew just keeps on going.
I worked like a crazy person then, and now I work like a crazier person now. And part of the problem is I enjoy what I do so much. Yeah. I always say I'm inherently lazy, but if I find something I love, I'm dedicated beyond all belief. So that's, yeah, I still work too hard.
And it shows, but that's why it is such a pleasure to do these. Omega-3, if you're taking an Omega product right now and you don't really like it, you have to try it. Best in the world. And just quickly, I just wanted to get a shot of this, guys, before we go to cinnamon, just to see the difference between Andrew's product and others. Yeah,
there are several different products here. All of these have lower levels of omega-3s in them. They're enormous capsules. They all have lower levels in omega-3s than mine, and that's mine there. As you can see, our capsule is about 60% the size of theirs, but it contains 50% more omega-3s. It's also properly balanced to give more of the DHA you want. It is, if there's a product that really symbolizes and summarizes what we do in terms of making a product that you'll fall in love with in terms of the experience, and then just is head and shoulders beyond the products you have to choose from in the marketplace, this would be it.
Let's go this way, talking about cinnamon, and also to kind of bring to life this idea that Andrew, I mean, you know, you talk about QVC, you talk about HSN, and the opportunity that this has given you to really connect with an audience at home, and also more than that, or equal to that, to be able to control the quality from A to Z.
from being able to, we produce things in our warehouse, and even when I first went to QVC and when I came here to HSN, two things I said. So I said, we don't inventory, we ship things for our shows.
Right.
So it's, you know, we make things just in time, and that's it. And then I also said that I really don't want to be, I don't want to be selling, I want to be educating. And to both companies' credit, they said, that's what we want.
Amazing.
Provide information, and so here we are, whatever, 27 years later, and the focus of the shows is information, and if you read the reviews, that's probably the thing, other than praising the product, that people like the most is the fact that they get access to information. And oftentimes you read that they tried other products based upon the information I provided. They eventually might have tried mine, but the information allowed them, and I know this from speaking to buyers in the big retail stores out there. They know that when we do a Today Special on omega-3s, omega-3s become more popular in their big retail stores.
Right.
So I know that what we do here is just a little part of what we do, because more people out there watch the shows, I think, and end up in their supermarket or pharmacy, because we go, what, twice a week to a supermarket. So I realize that what I do here is more important than just the products we offer, but the information that allows people to make better decisions, whether it's eating more fish or eating more green vegetables for their eye health, things like that.
I think it was Gail who called in and asked about blood sugar. We appropriately are going to go to cinnamon right now.
And by the way, I thought when they said Gail is calling in, I thought, oh, my sister's calling in.
You never know, Andrew. Does she watch you?
Oh, yes. Yeah, my family does watch me, yeah.
That's so
yes.
nice.
Although my goddaughter had the classic line, her parents were watching me probably 20 years ago on television, and she was, whatever, 6 years old at the time. She comes in and turns to another channel. She was probably watching Barney or something like that. Turns to another channel, and she was watching Barney at the time. And they said, like, what are you doing? Andrew's on, and she goes, I can see him whenever I want.
The purple dinosaur is more appealing today.
Yes. I take second fiddle to Barney.
Well, it wasn't Gail, Andrew's sister, but if you are watching, we'd love to talk to you. But cinnamon is one of those items as well where online reviews are through the roof, and you get some idea here. I mean, Andrew, 603 reviews, 500 of them perfect.
Or 5-star reviews, and what does that mean? That about almost 85% are 5-star reviews, over 90% or 4 or 5-star reviews. So it's a product that delivers, and as I said before, although other companies might make all sorts of kind of seemingly drug claims, I think the best way to look at a product like this, we should be doing a number of things to maintain healthy blood sugar level. I certainly focus on my diet. I want to make sure that my fasting blood sugar and my A1C stay in a normal range. So I really try to limit my sugar intake significantly. I'm sure I probably go days without consuming any added sugar in any product. I avoid things like, I hate to say it, like potatoes and things like that, because they're simple, basically carbohydrates that get absorbed as simple carbs, as simple sugars. So I try to avoid doing things that spike my blood sugar. And cinnamon bark extract, for decades I've been asked to make a product that could help with blood sugar level in terms of the way we manage our blood sugar, the way we manage our insulin, because it's a very complex physiology in our bodies. And there was no real ingredient that had great scientific support until cinnamon bark extract. And also, we hopefully have a graphic on berberine as well, because berberine is an ingredient that has recently come out. We've had cinnamon for about 6 or 7 years. Probably I first looked at it about 8 or 10 years ago. Again, it takes us a while before we validate a product and bring it to you. And berberine is something that we introduced a couple of years ago, also shares the same type of benefits as cinnamon bark extract in terms of supporting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy insulin carbohydrate metabolism.
So if you'd like to try the cinnamon, again, special pricing all night long till the end of the evening.
Very limited.
Very limited. I just saw the numbers as well. And Andrew, you always try and fulfill all the orders, but it's not always possible.
Yeah, well, if we can't fulfill it immediately, we will immediately manufacture it this week. So what will happen, it will get shipped to HSN in a matter of days and then shipped to you. So even if we wait list or back order something, you'll probably get the product in 2 to 3 weeks at worst. So we, and what you get with my products, everything is extremely fresh, but toward the end of a visit like this, everything is fresh because we're making pretty much everything fresh.
So is the facility kind of working 24/7? Is that what happens?
We work, the way we structure it is we work 4 days a week, sort of round the clock.
Right.
And then those 3 days a week become the extra days, the overtime days, if we need to make up production. Huh. But essentially, Monday through Thursday, production is round the clock. Friday, we do a lot of cleanup and things like that because, as you've seen remotes from our facility, and what we're actually going to be doing is we'll be doing a remote from our facility the beginning of December.
Right.
So we decided we're going to be doing a remote at the beginning of December, and our today's special is going to be Choco Nuvo.
Oh, fantastic.
So we'll have Choco Nuvo's today's special. It's available now because it was out, but it's available now. So even if you got some now, it would run out probably by December. So, but our facility, any day of the week, our facility's immaculate. It's
pristine.
I'd sooner eat off the floors of the facility than I would at my house. So, but it's, and that's where all your products are made. And you'll get to see it in December again.
So definitely check out on the schedule and sign up for when to watch emails for Andrew Lessman, then you'll never miss another show again. We're going to go over this way to vein and circulation and vein support. Andrew, there's a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, online that have been talking about their legs, about veins, about not being as prominent, about healthier circulation, feeling a lot more just peaceful, as it were.
This is one of our more, I think, surprising products. Certainly, people are surprised when our omega-3 doesn't upset their stomach,
right,
and doesn't have a fishy aftertaste. But this is a really see the difference, feel the difference product. It can dramatically affect folks' lives who struggle to sleep. And I have experienced this in the past when I'd be at my best in terms of athletic training. I would go to sleep at night before I was taking this product, and it would feel like my legs were still running. They were almost like they were vibrating, like they were still alive, like I was still running or cycling, whatever it was I was doing. And this is a product that no matter how hard I train, that's a thing of the past for me. But the reviews in terms of cramping, the reviews in terms of just having legs that don't really, that you want to go to sleep, but your legs don't. But it's a product that the research, the clinical studies, I first encountered this product, I'd say it was about 20 years ago. Unfortunately, this ingredient, natural as it is, was not yet imported into the United States. It wasn't available here. We get this ingredient out of Germany. But this product the ingredient was being recommended by doctors in Europe, especially in France, for over half a century with great clinical science, clinical support, great research. But it took a tremendous amount of work for us to bring it here, and then we added other beneficial ingredients to the formula. And the reviews on this, if there's ever a product that, and many people will describe products of mine as change your life products.
Right.
If there's ever a product that sort of unexpectedly delivers that benefit, it's circulation vein support for healthy legs. It is something to behold.
If Andrew has just described your situation on a daily basis, if you struggle with that, this is a product to try and truly experience. If you want, and there's only so much we can say on TV, but I encourage you to read the reviews. If you have more prominent veins in your legs, a lot of folks will say they take this and they see a dramatic difference. So I encourage you, brilliant, brilliant product. It's fascinating for me on this journey over the past 12 months to become more familiar with things. Deborah, I know you're waiting to speak to Andrew. Producer Steve, are we waiting to our next item? Oh, we can take it right now? Oh, fantastic. Deborah from Mumford, Alabama. Deborah, you're live on the Monday Night Show. Deborah, do you have a question for Andrew?
Well, I do, and thank you, gentlemen, for taking my call.
Sure.
I recently ordered the vitamin K2, and I was wondering if there might possibly be any benefits on dealing with calcification in breast tissue. If there might.
That's a great question, and oftentimes if women are getting mammograms or things like that, or even with what I even recommend is if doctors can do ultrasonography or infrared, because mammograms have radiation exposure and things like that. But oftentimes women are discovering or finding out that they have calcification, and I don't recall seeing any specific research about calcification in that fashion. calcification, but given that vitamin K2, its principal role in terms of looking at its role in terms of how our body manages the calcium that we all have to have. We have significant reserves of calcium in our body, most of it concentrated in our bones, but all our cells possess calcium. And so we have to manage that calcium and avoid calcification in tissues that we don't want it. And vitamin K2 specifically when it comes to our arteries and our blood vessels in our body, it's been shown to reduce the calcification. So although I've seen no science specifically talking about breast tissue, I would think let's put it this way, it's not going to have an adverse impact on those tissues.
Great, great. And I have one more quick question.
Sure.
Any recommendation on lowering LDL cholesterol?
LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, that's the cholesterol we want to lower, and we want to have it hopefully under 100 if we possibly can. Obviously, your doctors might recommend a statin drug to lower total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol. There's also drugs like Zetia that affect cholesterol metabolism. Our Choco Nuvo product, our Today Special in December. My Cholesticare product. Cholesticare, all of them contain a special ingredient that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved for lowering total and LDL cholesterol. It's called a plant sterol. It kind of takes advantage of an ingredient that's present abundantly in a vegetarian diet, and part of the reason why vegetarians have lower cholesterol levels and LDL levels as well. So the Cholesticare, if you simply take one capsule with your 2 largest meals or 1 capsule with every meal, it will probably lower your LDL about 10–15% or more. If you increase your fiber intake, by diet, eat more legumes and things like that. We have a product called Fiber Mucil.